Friends, I'm B Singh, founder and director, Mediji Institute, Delhi, and you are watching UPSC Engineering Services 2019 Toppers Talk. In today's Toppers Talk, I have with me Mr. Yarramsetty Naga Rahul. Yarramsetty Naga Rahul, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
He has secured All India Rank 5 in ESE 2019. This is very inspiring story, and Mr. Naga Rahul has a lot of things to tell and share, and you will definitely like this video and you will learn many things. Many of you who are thinking engineering services is tough, today you will come to know how it can be done. I would like to tell about Yarramsetty. The most inspiring in his personality is that in spite he got 35 backlog papers in BTech, he cleared engineering services with rank 5. Yes, 35 backlog papers. He completed his BTech in 5 years, and then he joined Mediji and did it. So in more detail, I would like to tell, he belonged to Guntur district of Andhra Pradesh. He graduated from Indian Institute of Space and Science Technology, Trivandrum. In college, when he joined his BTech, initially he lost his interest in BTech. As a result, he was not able to focus. He had more interest in games. Whole night playing the video games and sleeping whole day, missing the classes, and all this resulted in lot many backlogs, and finally it was 35 in number, the backlog papers. But once he bounced back, he started and then he achieved. So I would like to know from you, what was the turning point in your life when you turned from a playboy to, I will say, when you are playing a lot of games and sports and computer games, and then you turn into the studious boy?
So, we used to have a course called Control Systems, and when I attended that control system in my third year, so I got like 11 marks out of 15 in the quiz one. So, it is not like too high marks, but it was like good enough marks. So, Sir Sam Zakaria sir, he appreciated me in the class. Like he said, like, you done very well. Like I'm proud of you. So I felt like I should leave everything else and I should at least get control system topper in the second quiz at least.
So this was inspiring.
Yes, sir. Like until then, like everyone used to say like you won't be doing anything useful, or like you have to get up or something like that. This is the first time in many years like somebody appreciated me about something. So I felt like I should do at least this course well.
Right. I would like to tell about the Yarramsetty that he had interest in the space research, and his father, his mother, they wanted to send him abroad, especially US, for the post-graduation. But since his BTech performance was very poor and he had a backlog, he applied in 14 universities in USA for the master's course. And out of 14, from 13 universities, his candidature was rejected. He got admitted in University of South Florida, but since he could not get his degree on time, so he was not allowed to go to USA at that moment of time. It must have been a disappointing at that moment.
Yes, sir. Like we already spent like multiple lakhs on preparation and this applying for different universities, and then almost we got an admit, and just for going for visa, like my deputy registrar has said that we can't give you your degree certificate in time. And basically I was stopped from actually going, even though I got everything done and I was unable to go. Like everything was wasted. Like,
so when you heard about the Mediji?
It's like just after my rejection from deputy registrar, like 2 days after that, my friend Danya Rao, he joined Delhi Mediji batch, and he said like he's preparing for IES. So just after this 2-3 days, like my degree will be coming in 6 months after that point.
So
basically I have like 6 months gap.
Okay.
So I don't know what to do. So I just followed my friend. Like I felt like IES is good enough thing. So
So you came Delhi, took admission in Mediji Delhi in F batch.
Yes, sir. Like we used to say, like F batch is like fail batch in the class because it's like last batch in the entire India. And at the time of joining, that is the only batch which is available in entire India.
Right.
So that's why I had to come to Delhi instead of Hyderabad or anywhere closer to my home. So that was like in August, and classes went until like January 3rd.
Right.
So like
lot of syllabus, and
lot
that
of syllabus,
too in BTech you have not done well, and you are not focused to the study.
Yes, sir.
So a lot of gap in your preparation and the required preparation for exam. So he joined Delhi, and when he decided to take the admission in Mediji Delhi, his parents were very dedicated. And your parents also came.
Yes, sir.
Your I believe your
Mother and father.
Father resigned from the job of lecturer
Yes, sir.
for to support you in Delhi. Your mother also took the leave without payment, and she also came to support, and because fooding, lodging, and environmental conditions in Delhi are different.
Yes, sir.
So let us see. This is called dedication. His own dedication, parental support made him different. He performed excellent in the UPSC exam. In first attempt, he was able to clear prelims but could not clear mains and interview. In second attempt, he cleared prelims and mains both, but he could not do in interview. And in third attempt in Engineering Services 2019, ranked in top 5 is absolutely top rank. So the now I'll congratulate once again. And this rank 5 is great because 35 backlog papers, 5 years in BTech, and then rank 5 in IES, and that too in electronics engineering, which has very limited number of the seats. So coming to your journey, what motivated and fascinated for you to prepare for IES so deeply? Because you are more focused to the your
Research
US
side. So in the first thing, like when I started, it was more like I had to do something. Like I don't want to waste my 6 months before my degree comes. So I had to focus on something. So I started attending classes in Medici. Like the first class like was by Kiran sir, and it was very good. Like I did not learn anything in my first 2 years in my BTech. Like all my backlogs are in my first 2 years, and I am learning these courses for the first time. At Medici. So those are like very good classes. So I used to attend all classes, and I just used to take the notes, and it was sufficient for my.
So I believe you developed the interest in the engineering.
Yes, sir. So initially it was like maybe I'll attempt an IES thing, but as time progressed, I felt like I should get this IES. It's mainly because of the good teaching or like.
Good. So I think it is all when you develop the interest, and once you develop your confidence, you can do. A day will come when you will do. So that is what happened with you also. So coming to the next, what would you like to give the message to the students? Even if you have not done well in BTech, if you have not done good in your BTech, your percentage is less, you have backlog papers. But I believe these things doesn't matter for IES.
Yes, sir. So it's like you just have to attend the classes regularly, at least coaching classes in Medici. Even if you don't have any foundation in your BTech, you just take the notes clearly, because most of these concepts are like very thorough and very like they'll teach you from beginning in everything. So I feel like if you can follow the class itself, you can learn everything here itself.
Right.
So
because the teaching at Medici is very comprehensive. If you attend all the classes, you follow the class notes, I think you can do. And just coming back to the decision of going to USA, but you again decided to go to the USA even after preparing for the ES examination, and you have taken admission in research, and you are doing it now also.
Yes, sir.
So what is your final aim? Whether you will join the engineering services job or you will concentrate on your research work?
Sir, not yet decided. Sir, my main aim was to get IES, and that's it. Like not joining IES, but I have to still decide whether research is the final thing for me, or whether IES is a suitable option. Like I'll keep this as a backup.
Okay, good. So do you think that in Delhi when you was here, you felt any problem in the environment, learning or maybe language problems, anything like that?
So I felt like Delhi is very welcoming to me. Like when I was in Trivandrum, I felt like an outsider because I can't really talk to other people because I don't know the language. of the general local people.
Hmm.
But when I came to Delhi, it's like I'm one of them.
Hmm.
I immediately like mingle with them. Like they're very close friends to me. Those are like first close friends I have since like almost 4 5 years.
Right. And your first lecture itself, Kiran sir was teaching again from your home state.
Yes, sir. I did not know that Kiran sir was from Andhra since almost like 4 5 lectures in.
Hmm.
And one day I went to ask a doubt, and then he talked in Telugu. Then I understood that he's from Andhra.
Okay. So definitely language is not a barrier. What is important, your dedication and commitment. And UPSC exam is all about your dedication. Talent is not the important thing. Dedication is everything. If you wish to do, you will do it. And that is what he has done. So Yarramsetty Naga Rahul. Eh?
Yeah.
So Yarramsetty, this preparation, whole preparation, how many hours per day and how many months in a year you have given a dedicated study?
So for the first time in 2017 IES, I joined in August, and I attended every class until January 3rd, and that's it. I was unable to prepare because classes run until like 12 to 13 hours per day. Since they have to cover like entire syllabus.
Because your batch was the last batch.
Last batch. So like everyone, even just coping up with the class itself is a great thing. Like I was able to understand the class. It itself is a like a huge thing because nobody was able to catch up. So for the prelims itself, I did not prepare much apart from listening to the classes. But one good thing is, since I was listening to the classes very close to the exam, those just carried. Like I don't have to revise them because I just
That
heard
was
them.
an advantage. Nearness to the exam.
Yes, sir. And for the mains, I prepared for like the mains classroom coaching.
Again, you joined the mains classroom.
Yes.
But the good thing is that he initially joined regular classroom program, then mains classroom program, mains test series, then an interview program. So this was the complete series of preparation. Then coming to the interview, was there any question in the interview, your BTech percentage or related to your program of masters or related to your backlog papers? Any question?
So I have attended 2 interviews, one in the last year. So in the last year, there was no question. He just said that I understood that you have done it in 5 years. We'll just leave it at that. I don't want to ask you or push you any further. So, but in this year's interview, Satyavati madam actually, since she oversees ISRO, she actually identified that you're from IST. Why didn't you join as scientist C in ISRO? Because it's like a bond.
Right.
So then I explained everything. Like I used to play games, and I used to sleep in the day, and then she asked like, how
play
did you
games in the night and sleep in day? There is no time for a study and attending the classes.
Yeah, I said like I lost interest in BTech, and then she asked me, how did you come back? Then I said like the teachers start appreciating me more and more when I did well in the exam. Then it actually boosted me. Like I wanted to do well in the courses because of their interest in my success. Then it is like a positive feedback which improved my
Confidence.
performance, and then they appreciated me even more, and then
And
I
that is
did
how.
well. So she was actually was I think very quite impressed.
So how many marks you got in interview?
In interview I got 128.
Oh, 128 is very good score this year.
Yes, sir. I think madam was
Convinced.
even though I have like 5.5 years BTech and so many backlogs, she felt like I was genuine, and I did not hide it, and I told the reason, and then I said I came back from it since I was able to explain that well.
So joining MADG and preparing for ESE examination was a default, not a choice, because at that time you wanted to go US, but you was not allowed to go. So you had a time break and you wanted to utilize that time for the preparation, and that is how you started.
Yes, sir. And after that, I got like gate rank 155, and then I went to MTech in IIT Delhi. And while preparing, like in the 2018, while studying at IIT Delhi, I was preparing for IES also.
Oh, great. So you completed the MTech?
Yes, sir. I finished my MTech, and now I'm in US.
Right, research. So this is how he has progressed from his college to the US, and meanwhile done his IES with the rank 5. So would you like to share your strategy of study and planning, how the students can make difference in their preparation?
Okay. So mainly, like, most important part I think would be listening to the class well. Like, many times when a teacher asks like what is the answer to this question, he gives some time, like some 2 minutes or 1 minute for us
Right.
to try.
Right.
So many people don't try at the time, and they just copy the answer from it. So they are actually missing learning opportunity there. So if they try and they don't get the concept, then they know that they don't know this part. And since they are just copying from whatever the answer written in the board, I think they are missing there. And apart from listening to the class well, uh, if you have free time, like generally for prelims we don't have free time, but for mains we do have a lot of free time.
Right.
So we have to prepare, like, at least, like, what I prepared was
Short notes.
short notes was bit difficult to
Okay.
make for me, so I did not make any.
So
short
you
notes.
followed the comprehensive notes of classes.
Yes, sir. So I used to follow like 2 subjects in a day, morning one subject and evening one subject, because if one subject is too tough for that particular day, I don't waste too much time. If I shift to one more subject, then I should be able to, like, cover some syllabus.
Okay. So that was his strategy of preparation along with the college in MTech, and he kept on the preparing again. So coming to the GS section of prelims, which normally the students don't study in BTech. So what was your source of study of GS and how you prepared on it?
So, like, last 2 times I got more than 100 in GS paper, but this time I got less than 100 for the first time. I don't know why. Like, according to Mediziki, I was getting 106, but final my score was 84 this time. But generally, what I prepare is I generally read the Medizi material and listen to the class. And whenever I write any test series for GS paper, I generally don't find any related question in the final paper.
In fact, what I believe that 80 to 100 is a very good score, reasonably good score in the GS, because getting more than 100 is really tough in the GS. And GS has a lot of subjectivity. Sometimes you feel your answer is correct, but it may be close to correct, may not be actually correct.
Yes, sir. So what I do is I prepare aptitude and max well.
Okay.
Such that I get like at least 40-50 marks solid. And then for the rest of the marks, most of these questions are general.
Some questions of material science also.
Yes, sir. So if you read your technical well, some questions will be covered there. Like, if you do technical well, you should be getting around like 60 marks. That should be the base. And the rest of marks will be mostly based on common sense.
Right. Some current affairs questions.
Yes,
some
sir.
Project management, quality control, drawing and ethics, some common sense based questions. Actually, intelligent guess or common sense matters a lot.
Yes, sir. Like, most of the options will be like, what are the options? Like, option A, B, C will be very far away. If you never read the book, then you don't know that those are not the answers. But even if you read a cursory glance, you will definitely know 3 options are not good.
Correct.
So prelims actually cleared by option elimination mostly.
Okay. Mostly the elimination process.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Coming to the 30-40 days are left for this year exam. And last 30-40 days make a difference in the preparation also.
Yes.
So what was your strategy and what you would like to suggest to the students?
So mainly for the prelims, I would suggest starting with the easy subjects like network theory, control, and analog, like, such that you will cover a lot of subjects, because they don't really test the deep knowledge. They'll just test the number of subjects that are covered.
Okay.
So let us start with the easy subjects and cover as many subjects as possible within this 30 days. I would suggest covering all subjects, but there are some subjects which are really tough and you might not be able to cover, like advanced communication or like.
So you prepared computer fundamental, advanced communication, advanced electronics also?
Advanced electronics was part of my MTech.
Okay.
I was in integrated electronics and circuits, so it is like a very easy part for me since I did MTech on it. So at least that part is covered. But advanced communication was tough for me, so I did not really prepare for prelims. I just read the main topics, but in mains I did prepare a lot for advanced communication.
Okay. So, would you like to give any suggestions or any kind of tips to the students who are writing this year? Any specific thing in mind? How many previous year questions? What is the relevance of electrical question papers, and on which subjects they should focus on?
Okay, so I feel like the other subjects question paper should be attempted only if you are like really sure about this electronics part. So since we don't have too much time, focus mainly on your subjects that you are sure that you will definitely able to cover, and try to finish as much as
As
possible.
much as possible. Right. And coming finally to the last question, if you would like to say in one sentence about Medeji, what you would like to say?
So like they were able to cover my 4 years of BTech knowledge within like 4 months, from August to like December, like 4 5 months. So you should be able to guess like how much intensity with which they teach, and I think it is really good. Even if you start from the basics, you can still cover most of your competitive exam knowledge within this teaching itself.
Right. And any message to your parents or your family members you want to give? Or any thanks message?
Yes, sir. I want to thank my maternal uncle, Dr. Manoranjan. Like he is like one of my inspirations. Like he used to tell like if I do well, everyone in my family will follow through, because I'm like the first child in the entire family. And apart from that, I would like to thank my mother and my grandfather and my father for sticking to me and supporting me so much. Like there are many days where she used to feed me like by hand because I'm not eating while
Great.
preparing.
So, he is Mr. Yarramsetty Naga Rahul, who has secured All India Rank 5 in ESE 2019, having 35 backlog papers in BTech, completed BTech in 5 years, had a dream to go US, but because of the backlog could not go US. But then he came to know about the MEDG, joined the last batch of the MEDG Delhi, F batch, and attended long hours of classes, 8 hours, 10 hours, sometimes even 12 hours of classes, because it was only 4 months left for the completion of syllabus. And that is how then he joined the mains batch, then the interview program and mains test series, and he achieved rank 5. His journey reflects what matters for UPSC is your dedication and commitment. Your college profile, BTech profile, or your previous study doesn't play much role. What matters is your preparation now for the exam, targeted comprehensive study. So this is what I hope this video you will find inspiring to you. And if you find inspiring, kindly share with the other friends. And the biggest example in decades, you will find one or two such examples who started from zero and achieved 100, and that too with the only dedication. Thank you, everyone.